Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hypovolemia with Arturio Emerys. Okay, since the last episode, I've been working on the altar a little bit, and haven't made a whole lot of progress, but I did get it to tier 3. I had gone through my portal into the nether and got a little bit of glowstone, and the way I did this, offering more, okay. Which one is it? Is it this one? No. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to figure out. The various quests you do. Okay, yeah, it was this one. This one over here, some help for what's ahead. You have to make 10 imbued slate, and then you get some rune of augmented capacity and some rune of dislocation. And 10 of these takes a while, and you can only make them with a tier 3. So that was kind of challenging at the time. The only runes I could make were blood runes and rune of self-sacrifice. So I made 4 rune of self-sacrifice, and then all the rest of these were all blood runes. And that's all the blood runes. I took them out as I got these ones as quest rewards. So here, let me go get some. I may have to make some. I need to start setting up a harvester to get this stuff. That may be my next off-camera thing. All right, is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of it. Okay, make some cobblestone real quick. Good, I do have some. Okay. So I think I'm finally slowly learning how to do this. So the logistical sorter should actually be pulling from the chest and feeding into the altar diviner. The item translocators should be pulling from the other altar diviner into the output chest. Now this one here, it has how many is it? Just 2? Yeah, I think it's just 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of the augmented capacity runes, and that brings us up to 20,000 capacity. So when you're making runes like this, to make the first tier of runes, which is I believe a blank slate, that takes 1,000 LP per stone. So if I put 20 in here, okay, it's going to take all of the blood that the altar can hold at once. Now, and over here it shows that it's holding 20 items, and these ones, again, that's, I don't know why it shows them in all 3 locations. The pump is going to refill it as it goes. And because of the 8 runes of dislocation, this runs faster than it does normally. When I first did this before, I had that one. I just had the speed runes. It took quite a while to make 10 of the imbued slates. That was quite a process. But I think what I want to do is I think I want to make more of the augmented capacity, which takes buckets and imbued slates and stone. So let me come over here and get some iron to make buckets. Okay, so we made some more blank slates, which need to be made into higher tier runes. Yeah, I need a whole bunch of imbued slates for more of those. I need imbued slates for these. So we'll just, I've only got 3 right now, so we'll make the 3 that we have. One, two, three. Now the Magician's Blood Orb was kind of tough to do. You have to have a block of gold, which that wasn't a problem. I had plenty of gold from my oreberry bushes. But the first time I tried to do it, my altar only had a capacity of 10,000 because all I could make were blood runes and runes of self-sacrifice. It takes 25,000 LP and you need a tier 3 altar. So that was somewhat challenging. So what I did was I had a tier 2 altar at the time with just blood runes in it, so they really don't offer any improvement to the altar. They just increase the tier of it. I did have glowstone, so I made a few runes of self-sacrifice. I made 4 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, and then I think there's one over here. 4. Yep, just 4. Now what these do is when you use your sacrificial knife, they increase how much life you get out of using the sacrificial knife on yourself. Whereas normally, I think you get, let's put some of these in here. Each one of these to become the next tier takes 2,000. So. Oh, that's interesting. They're not going in because there's not enough blood in here. Oh, okay, wait, no, this takes 5,000 apiece, so I should be able to do 4. Yep, there they go. So anyway, to make a Magician's Blood Orb, you somehow have to get 25,000 life points out of an altar that only holds 10,000. And even with a pump on it, it doesn't fill it fast enough to keep the process from reversing when it runs out of blood in the altar. So I had to augment it through self-sacrifice. So I took all of my remaining gold and made a notch apple, and I pre-filled the altar, made sure it was full at 10,000, and then I put the block of gold in there, and as it started bleeding down, I hit my dagger of sacrifice. Nope. Okay. And by hitting it 11 times without these runes of sacrifice, that should give you 2,200 blood. But these runes of sacrifice increase it, so you get more than that. And so between that and the what was I going to say? The notch apple and the sacrificial dagger and all of that, I was able to get the full the full 25,000 out of it. Because some of these, the lowest you can make it with is a magician's blood orb. Like these ones you can only make with a magician's blood orb. And maybe this one too. Yeah. You have to have at least a magician's blood orb to make these. Okay, so now I've got enough to make a few more of these. And I have just enough buckets. So see, if you go like that, that doesn't work. There we go. So 7. Where do I want to put them? I'll put them back here. I have to go get those after this. I'll put one here. So that the top tier is all these okay. Yeah, 26. So over here, this is where I was getting blood manually with the portable tanks. So you can see how much smaller this area is than in the other videos when I was playing over there. The area up until I got a pump that I had manually been draining was just massive. It was just this huge, huge, huge area. And when you do play Hypovolemia, you definitely want to be in a blood ocean rather than just like a river or a lake, because these things will last an incredibly long time. You can just now starting to see that it's making a little dimple in the ocean underneath the pump to drain out. Okay, so that should be back up to, almost back up to 10,000. It will be in a set. Oh, actually, now the capacity is 34,000. Very nice. So let's put another 4 in there. And that'll stay until it hits 20,000. There it goes. And now I need more buckets, which means I probably ought to go get some more iron, and I need to make iron seeds at some point. All right. Okay, we'll cook this iron, and this other stuff we'll just put in here for now. All right, let's go see. Yeah, let's let that refill some more. So we'll go over here and is this, yeah, it's not quite full, but it's close enough. Happy little Minecraft farming. All right, cobblestone. And put some of that back. And the other runes, we need runes of dislocation, which takes buckets of water. Yeah, I ought to make a few of those. They make all this run faster. Basically what these rune of dislocations do is they cause the blood altar to absorb blood faster. So this pump has an output capacity. Let's go sleep. And the runes of dislocation increase how quickly the altar can absorb blood. And eventually you hit the point where the altar can absorb blood faster than this type of mechanical pipe can provide it. And then, so by that point, I'll need to upgrade that mechanical pipe to something faster. And eventually you hit the point where you can't feed blood to it any faster, and that'll be your limiting factor. Okay. Let's see. Now, I think, I'm not positive, but I think the runes of dislocation, you get the bucket back, I hope. A lot of them that require like buckets of lava or buckets of water, they give you the bucket back. Do I have room for it? Yeah, I have room for all of them. Okay. Now let's see, we need... We may not have enough water to do all of this. Yeah, I am getting the buckets back. That's good. And okay, so looking at the quest book, when you do this quest here for making 10 imbued slates, you get 8 of the runes of dislocation and 5 of the runes of augmented capacity. And when you do that, that's going to fulfill quests down here, which will give you some blank slates and will give you some reinforced slates. Rune of acceleration. I don't think you can do that until you get a tier 5, something like that. Yeah, you have to have these ethereal slates, which take a tier 5. So, but these speed runes you can actually do fairly early. And now I've got a whole bunch of blood runes left over from taking them off the altar. So I could make a whole bunch of speed runes. I do have sugar now. Let's see. I'm going to put those in there, and now what will happen is those will hang out here until there's enough blood in this altar to cause this to happen. But I'm going to interfere with the process real quick. How many of these did I make? I made 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We'll just swim down here and grab that. Nice, nice deep ocean of blood. I need to make more bread. Maybe make a ladder or a set of stairs or something from down there back up to the base, just to make it a little more convenient. So now I've got 6 of these imbued slates left. In theory, I should not need these runes of self-sacrifice anymore. And I may have possibly confused. Okay. I see what happened. It turned... Yeah, okay. It's a little confusing, but when I took these ones out, this stopped being a tier 3 altar. It started being a tier 2. So the excess capacity of these runes disappeared. And so that kind of messed up the cycle for these blank slates. But I don't actually need them right now because I don't have the stuff to go to a tier 4, so there's no point. What I can do is I don't really need these runes of self-sacrifice anymore, so I can replace those. I see I've got 5 and 4 is 9 of those, and 3 is 12. So that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I need to make these more augmented capacities, I think. And I only need 4 of them. And fortunately, I have just enough to do that. Now, when I take these out, this is going to become a tier 1 altar. Okay, so now it should be tier 3 again, and now it has a capacity of 42,000. Oh, that's interesting. It saved the capacity, but it's filling relatively quickly. Okay. So I think we're going to call the episode there. I think that's been about 20 minutes, so we're going to call it right there. I think that was pretty good progress for today. It kind of shows the process of, how you make your runes and how you improve your altar and the order you should go in and stuff like that. So I hope everybody got something out of this. And if you did, please leave a like on the video. It'd be great if you'd subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And please leave your questions or comments on YouTube. This is Arturio Emerys signing out.